Hello everyone, today I am back and I'm going to be reviewing these two devices, the Pokemon Go Swing Step Counter devices. I've got two of them here. I'll go through both of them and the reasons why I've got two, and then we'll do a live test on them on Pokemon, and I'll show you how many steps each can gain or distance each can gain in 30 minutes using both. But these two are both this particular one here is the Nuzerol phone swing, and this is the most recent one I've bought, and this one is a McBezel automatic stepper. So I'll just get the Amazon screens up here just to show you the devices on Amazon. I'll try and leave some links below if you want to buy either of them. So this is the Nuzerol one. This one goes forwards and backwards, and here is the McBezel listing if you want to look them up yourselves. Like I say, I'll try and leave a link in the bottom of the description as well. But back to the camera now. They're both very simple devices. This one comes in 4 pieces, this part and the 2 posts, and you've just got to clip them in and put them together, and it just rests on the top. This one comes as one piece preset. It has an on-off switch, and they both come with these really short USB cables with a specific little jack on the end. I'm not used to filming on my webcam here, and because I need my phone, I'm going to have everything's opposite, so it's complicated. But yeah, so you need to use this, and you need to use a low power plug, 5 volt, 2 amp I think it is, and don't use your laptop and PC because these are cheap Chinese products, and they say not to plug them into your PC and laptop or whatever else because I assume there's no protection on them and they could end up blowing your expensive laptop and PC type devices out. So that is one warning I will give you. Do not plug these into your PC, laptop USB ports. Use a cheap actual plug socket on them. So this is the one I bought first, probably a month ago now. I thought, yeah, I'll buy this one side to side swing. It's more like a general stepping motion. It's got the on off switch, and I'll buy it. It's in a nice, it looks a little bit, well, I say it looks nicer. It did on the pictures, but I actually do like this one better. But this one, the McBezel, I find it inconsistent. It doesn't work consistently with my phone. My phone is a Google Pixel 6 Pro, so it's a pretty big, heavy phone. And what you have to do with this one is put your phone in. I'll just demonstrate. Like so. It fits in easily enough. You just balance it in there. And you use this lever here as a balancer. So obviously it's not plugged in at the moment, but you set it off and it will rock like that. The problem I have with this is that it won't rock at all, or it'll just stop once the natural inertia stops, or once you do get it balanced and it does start to rock consistently, it rocks too fast. So the game and your fitness app recognises it as you like cycling. So it's too fast. And then when you reopen Pokemon Go, it's not registered any of your steps because it obviously thinks that you're moving too quickly. So it's got the speed restriction in Pokemon Go, as you all know. And then it doesn't register any of your steps. So it does work, I just find it inconsistent. Sometimes you'll have it on for 3 hours and it'll fly through egg opening and get you some distance on your candy with buddies. Other times you'll put it on for 3 hours, go away and come back to it, and it hasn't done a thing. And it just really annoyed me that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and if it's not perfectly balanced, it just doesn't do what it says it's going to do. So that is why I thought I'm going to try one of the forwards backwards motion ones. And this Nuzerol one that I've got here, just simply your phone goes through the elastic band on there and it rocks backwards and forwards like that. And so far I've had this one for about a week and it's been completely and utterly consistent. Every time I put my phone on here, it will count the steps, count the eggs, count the distance. So on an initial impression, if that's what you're after, I would always buy this one. But I'm going to try and do a live test now and stop the waffling and show you what distance these are getting in 30 minutes each. If this one's playing up, I'm not going to do it till it works for 30 minutes. If it plays up, it plays up. This is a live thing. I don't want to be sat here for 5 minutes adjusting it. I want to put my phone in and for it to do the steps. So this is going to be a live test. I'm going to plug them in. 30 minutes each. I'll show you the stats on my Pokemon Go app just so you can get some idea of where I am hatching and buddy wise etc. So currently I have a Fairfatch as my buddy here, and as you can see we're on 0.46 on the walk together, and down the bottom 0.6 kilometers with 81 candies. And if I go to the eggs, so what have I got walked on the egg? 0.6 out of 2 kilometers. In 30 minutes, this will probably go way over and hatch that egg, but you'll obviously see that it's moved on. And I'll just go out to my main screen, see if you can see what steps I've got on there. So what is it showing? It's hard to focus on this camera in this light, but it is 527. If you can see that. I'm struggling with this webcam doing the filming. So that is what's my phone's at the minute. I'm going to use this one first. Stick it in there, film it, time it for 30 minutes, come back to it, and I'll give you the verdict. So I'll just show you putting it together. My phone works best in here, being a big phone, if you put it in upside down. So it's just simply, you just hold it in like that. One thing you do have to make sure actually is that Pokemon Go is closed in the background. So for any of these apps to work, I've got an Android phone, you need Google Fit. If you've got Apple, you need the Apple Health app, I do believe. And you must have Adventure Sync turned on in the Pokemon Go app and it fully closed in the background of your phone. You can't have it open in the background. So it must be closed in the background of your app. So I'm going to swing this around here. My plug is over there. So I'm going to plug it in. I'll spin this around as well so you can see it swinging for a short while. It is a little bit dark over here because I've had to close the curtains because of the glare on the camera. So yeah, that is in there as you can see. I'm actually going to spin it around because this works better that way on my particular device. So it's now plugged in with the cable at the back, and you just simply just push it. And I'll start my timer for 30 minutes. And I'll come back to it when the 30 minutes is up and we'll see where we are at. Okay, yeah, so the 30 minutes is up, so I'm just going to take it off. And we'll have a look at these stats and hopefully it's worked. I do apologise for the darkness of the camera, but I do usually use my phone to film videos. So I've only got my old webcam here, as I obviously need my phone. So we'll just wait for Pokemon Go to open itself up. Mine always brings this up to allow, I don't know, background usage while the app's closed, to obviously count the steps. So we'll just give it a second to update. I will lay it down actually, I'll pick the camera up. Be easier I think. Yep, so as you can see straight away the egg is hatched. I could have done with having a bigger a longer egg. Got myself a Magikarp. But hopefully if we go on to the old Farfetch now, you can see it's now gone to 2.6 kilometres. And we've obviously got one heart for walking, and it's now on to 0.49 of the next heart. So you can see there, what was we on before? Let me see if I can remember. I did write it down, but I've lost the page. So I think we was on something like 0.44 before up here, so we've done at least 2 kilometres there. And we was on 0.5 with the egg, so yeah, we've done about 2.1 kilometres in half an hour using the Nuzerol swing. And I'll just have a look at my Steps app, and as you can see there, we've gone from 527 to 2,800 steps. So you're looking at a couple of thousand steps per half an hour with this Nuzerol one. So you're looking at like 4,000 steps. You may be looking at a good 4k an hour, 4 to 5k an hour, all being well. So now I'll set up the other one, and we will go on that one, and I will just reset up my Pokemon Go again and show you the stats before we set off on the next one. Sorry about the shaky camera work. Egg, this time a 10k egg. You can see we're at 0. And I've put some extra berries into my Farfetch, which stays with us, and we're on 0.52. And the best way to look at it is down here with 81 candies and 2.6 out of 3 kilometres. So I'll stick this in the McBezel swing, and we'll set it off for 30 minutes and see what the results are with this one. Okay, yeah, so the 30 minutes is up now for the McBezel one, and as you can see, it is not swinging. This is what I was getting at first, that while in the last half an hour I've been sat here and I've constantly been having to do that, like just tap it to keep it going. I don't know whether it's to do with my phone being so big and heavy that maybe it's too big for this particular device, because from what the description say, this one doesn't work on a magnet. I don't know how it works, but it says it hasn't got a magnet in it. So I don't know whether whatever's propelling it isn't strong enough for my phone. Maybe it'll work better with a smaller phone, but the other one has no issue with my size of phone. And I assume a lot of people out there now have pretty big, heavy phones, which is something to bear in mind when you're getting one of these. So I'll switch it off and let's get to the stats. And I'm not that hopeful of these stats, to be perfectly honest, on here. So if I get hold of my camera again, let's go down to the phone. So we've done 3,840. So I think we have done about 1,000 steps here. So let's see if that's actually converted it into Pokemon Go, or whether it's just counting the steps, but it's too fast or too slow for Pokemon Go. As we all know, Pokemon Go has obviously the speed limit. So here we go, we're back in. So we'll go to the egg first. We had a 10-kilometre egg at 0, and as you can see, in 30 minutes, that has done 0.8 kilometres. Whereas the other one, we know, did probably over double that, 2 kilometres. So let's have a look on our Farfetch here. We're now on 82. And 0.5. So yeah, we were on 2.6. So we've done roughly a kilometre and 1,000 steps, and we're on 1.39 up there out of the 2k, and we started on 0.52. So just under a kilometre. So in 30 minutes, this has done just under 1 kilometre. The other one, and if I spin her around so we can get them back in the shot. The other one did 2+. So as you can see, this one does work. But if you can imagine, I had set this and I'd not been sat next to it monitoring the time and how long. I would have set this and it would have been going for maybe 2 or 3 minutes and it would have stopped, and I would have come back after half an hour and it would have maybe done 0.1 kilometres. It's only done that 0.8 because I've been sat there and kept tapping it to keep it going. So if you're going to use this overnight to do loads and loads and loads of Ks, you're going to be asleep, it's going to stop. And like I say, whether it's just my phone's too big and heavy or whether this device just isn't as good as this one, and all I can base it on is that this one is better. Like I say, I put this one on in the first part of the video, tapped it once, it set off, I come back to it 30 minutes later, didn't touch it again, it had done 2.5 kilometres. This one's done 0.8 kilometres and I've had to monitor it and be tapping it all the time. So my verdict on these two devices is that just buy this one. Buy the Neuserol one or one that looks the same. I think they're all the same. They're just obviously branded differently. But these ones are way, way better than this one in my opinion. If I still had the returns time on this, I'd send it back. But I'm over my 30-day return period, so I've got to keep hold of it, which is why I thought I may as well make the video on it. But these work flawlessly in my opinion, even on big heavy phones like mine. So definitely 100% go with this type of swing, the backwards and forwards style. The simpler, more effective and less inconsistent in my opinion. So yeah, if you like the video and if it's helped you purchase one of these, use the links in the description. They are affiliated links, so I will get a bit of payback on there if you do. And I hope you like, favourite and subscribe and get me to over 2,000 subs. And I will see you on the next video. Peace.